There's a one back on the track.
We're on.
We are.
Okay, I'd like to welcome everybody to the Tuesday, June 20th, 6:30 PM. And is there any disclosure of pecuniary interest? Seeing none, we'll get right on to committee reports. And we'll start with Councillor Young.
We did have a museum board meeting June 7th. So we talked about our grants for the foundation, which we aren't going to get. We are going to get 3 quotes from locals to get a better idea. I think it'll be cheaper than what we're being quoted by. We've got a lot of good people in our area that specialize in that. On our working documents, we went through everything. So the statement of purpose, statement of intent, our objectives, programs, services, policies, and management policies, and reworded everything. It was old and needed updated. So actually it was a good working group with the school teachers and everybody in there. It worked out really well. And that's all I have. So everybody will have a copy, or will have a copy and hold and the updated version of it. And that's all I have.
Good, thank you. That was at the museum on Sunday. Checking her out for the first time this year, so good time. So, Councillor Foote.
I have nothing.
Okay. And Councillor Butler.
Nothing this time.
Okay, now, I have a few things and we'll sum them up, but I try to put them in order. First of all, you've noted Councillor Kirky's absence. Councillor Kirky's father passed away on the weekend, so Steve's not in attendance tonight, and our thoughts and prayers are with Steve and his family. So take time to think of him well and what they're going through. And on something, there's on Saturday, there's a dedication that I'm not able to go to, and we're looking to see if anybody here can go to that. They're dedicating the Heck Levine Memorial Pavilion at 12 o'clock Saturday, and we were asked if we wanted to send a representative, but I'm at a funeral and unable to attend, and this is at 12 o'clock on Saturday. So we work around the table that way. Is anybody interested in attending? Can attend?
I will let you know. It's Candace's birthday Saturday, so
I'm
I should
working.
be there.
You say
I'm working.
Tom?
I can make it.
Okay, 12 o'clock.
Is that the Billy Barber Arena?
No,
No.
it's at the pavilion at the park
By the medical center, but further down.
where the
It's
water, where the splash pad is on Main Street there. And did you get that invitation? Okay, I'll confirm it with whoever. Okay, and also, yeah, this is just a crazy busy week. There's a webinar tomorrow from 1 to 2 from MPAC and our rep Steve MacArthur about my property online tool. I have an ophthalmologist appointment at 1:15, but if anybody can make it just to attend this webinar, it's just online. They can do that, and I think we all received it in our inbox. So check it out. And it's nothing that we have to say we are going. I did point out that I wasn't going. And I want to note that all of our council, and I think we all got this, I never know. I've been invited to Canada Day at the Commandant Museum from 11 to 3, if anybody's available. And Thursday, I will be attending a conference call on wildland fires in the area in the Northeast region and information about the fire ban. And on that cheery note, I'm gonna turn it over to Councillor Foot, who can mention Canada Day celebrations.
We have chosen to go ahead with Canada Day celebrations. So we want to celebrate with everybody because it's such an important day, but we are not going to do fireworks. So just out of safety, doesn't mean they're not going ahead. So that as soon as we can run fireworks, we'll run something and we'll have a great time. But I think it's best that with the wildfires going on and everything going on and not a lot of relief in the future, I think it's a good decision. So come for cake and some festivities and some music.
Sure, and that starts at 6 o'clock.
6.
And the only other thing, I did have a Pines meeting today. We put in a retaining wall and we're just waiting on a local contractor to finish minimal work left. Same contract, we put in block heater plugs, and they've been installed. Okay, the installation, 8 scooter plugs for future charging of the vehicles. Carpet's been installed in the common areas and they're about to install security cameras. And there was a discussion of the pet policy. It will be presented at the next meeting. And the good news is they take July off. So the next meeting is August 15th. But just so I don't get used to it, there is an East Home meeting tomorrow and an East Home build meeting on Thursday morning. So can't slack off too much. So I think that's all we have on that. And the reminder, of course, that next Tuesday,
Next Wednesday.
Wednesday, we have our open house in command, and we can look at shared rides or whatever we want to do after the meeting, but that starts at 6 o'clock.
Runs from 6 to 8.
6 to 8. So I don't think there's anything, other committee reports, so we can move on to number 3. That's to adopt the minutes of the meeting held June 6th. So we need a mover and a seconder, Councillor Yam and Councillor Foot. So it's number R 2023-141, moved by Councillor Yam, seconded by Councillor Foot, that the minutes of the council meeting held June 6th, 2023 be adopted as published. All in favor? Carried. Okay, now the next one, we received this from the Boston Area Family Health Team, and you'll see the letter that was written, and they had written us beforehand saying, can you support it? But we didn't have a meeting last week. So because the time constraint, we did write a letter and a resolution to authorize it, because again, we didn't want to call a special meeting for this one letter. And basically it is support for the Boston Area Family Health Team's application for primary care expansion. So that's basically more everything, you know. So they want more staff, more doctors, more nurse practitioners, more, you know. So we thought it was valuable, and hopefully we're going to move her in the seconder. Okay, Councillor Yam and Councillor Butler. And that would suggest we'll vote and see if we support it. So it's number R 2023-142, moved by Councillor Yam, seconded by Councillor Butler, that we authorize the mayor to sign a letter of support for the Boston Area Family Health Team's application for primary care expansion. All in favor? Carried. Good. And they do have a new doctor, came in the last month, Dr. Buck. And there's such a backlog with people that need doctors that it's going to take more than that. Now, correspondence. Hit, so the first one, you listened to the news today. Request for support from FNUM for a resolution on housing. And if you looked at the letter and they pointed out again, how we need funding to expand housing and the great need of housing. So if, if you're willing, I think this is, of course, a genuine need. What we do is put it on the next agenda. So right now, do you think we would support the resolution on housing? And I just put it to you. Because if it is, we'll put it on the next one and we'll follow up, because that was something that our reps have recommended that we do. So, Councilor Butler,
Go for it.
okay, so we will put that on the next one and then we'll go from there. The next one was a resolution for the town of Essex regarding the local emergency response system, gaps in healthcare. Basically for us, this was explaining the lack of hospital resources in Essex County. And they're still looking into it. Right now, it's an information item. They haven't asked for us to support Essex, because in so doing it support the healthcare in the whole province. So that goes to AMO and Phenom and everything else. And it will come back to us, I'm sure. But for now, just an information item. The next one, and the previous council supported something against strong mayor powers and through Phenom and AMO. And again, this is information because AMO and Phenom have both spoke against it. They're going ahead with strong mayors. Not only that, they're including 16 more cities. And AMO or AMCTO has just said, stay tuned, because again, it's supposed to cut red tape. So a mayor can say, yep, don't worry about the planning issues. Just go ahead and build 50 houses right here. And the planning authorities have said, this is a pretty bad idea, but we're going ahead with it. So we're gonna stay tuned and we'll see what comes from there. The next one, information on the evening with Lisa LaFlemme. And that's all, I think everybody got it in their package. It's September 23rd. If you want to go, tickets are $100 online or in person at the library. And as I again mentioned, September 23rd, Steve would be telling us all about it if he was here. And the only thing that I noticed is in the picture, Lisa's blonde here and she lost her job over being gray haired. So, you know, it'll be interesting to see how it goes from there. But the tickets are there, they're $100. I'm sure she'll be a delight to listen to. And we'll go from there. Now, number 5, it was really, really hot and I didn't want to go outside and work. So I read through this and we have 2 people on the DSAP board. I can't remember where calendar rep is.
Mike Bell,
Mike?
yeah,
Okay,
Mike Dell.
Mike Dell.
Yeah.
So there are reps, Ian, Mayor McIsaac, and this is just basically everything they have done this year, every survey, the Family Resource Center, housing stability, who's getting paid directly and who gets cards, not naming names, of course, for the whole thing. The resources that are used, and this is all of them for every month in 2023. There's an awful lot there, right from vacant units to pest control. What I'm going to ask is, in all of these, And Meadowview still has 8 one-bedroom units available. That didn't change. And then we have the chief administrative officer's report for May and April. And it just goes up through everything. It's a secondary suite, whatever. So if there wasn't enough detail there and you have a question, Mike Dell from Callender or Mayor McIsaac from Powassan, or you could just contact our office and we can find the information. We can find the information out as well, but we didn't get anything till we got everything all at once.
I believe it was just an oversight on who was sharing what, so it came to us. So this is the 2023 information. We also have a little bit more for 2022, but I didn't print that and include it, just if there's any questions or if you'd like to view it, we will have it at the office.
And it's more than this, because it's the whole.
The whole year.
Okay, and then next, now, oh, we need to accept correspondence. Yeah, wrote all in the green pen on
Saw
that.
that.
Okay, I need a mover and a seconder to accept Councillor Butler and Councillor Flynn. Thank you. So it's number R 2023-143, moved by Councillor Butler, seconded by Councillor Foote, that we accept the correspondence as presented. All in favor? Carried. So in this strategic plan, council, keep trying to get to that. Maybe I
Sorry.
should look on the agenda. Accounts to pay. It's huge, but if you notice, all the boards of education are in there for the last kick cat. And does anybody have any questions about anything there?
There's also the East Home Levy included and the library board is included in there too. So that puts that right there.
It's huge. And Steve's not here tonight, so we're gonna have to carry them. So I need a mover and a seconder to accept statement of accounts. Okay, Councillor M. and Councillor Butler. So it's number R 2023-144, moved by Councillor Yam, seconded by Councillor Butler, that the statement of accounts dated June 10th and 20th, 2023, totaling $597,430.19 be approved. All in favor? Carried. Okay, now I'm looking at my agenda.
There you go.
Okay, now, strategic plan, and as you read it, it looks like it's a done deal, but then you look at the front and it's draft. And it's, we hope to have it done by September. It's only draft because we need to discuss with residents, town hall meetings, and refine it. So these are kind of what we're working on coming out of this, out of us, but they're gonna have a whole bunch, 6 hours more of different things, I think, that they'll want to see on a strategic plan. And they will give us that next Wednesday and then here after that. So I'm gonna turn it back over to Chris and she can go through it. I've gone through it with my green marker as well. But if there's anything you want to bring it up so we get it, so we have it there for Wednesday night. And
So this document won't be what's presented per se at the town hall meetings. We do have a PowerPoint presentation with just the points that we're looking for input on. And of course, then you open the floor and people can speak to the items that they have. We have a moderator for the sessions, so they will help guide the public through the process. Strategic plan is really, it's a high-level document to give us direction, and then from that, we make a council work plan for the term of the council. So that will be where we gather the information for those projects that work towards these goals. So we will have some information on just the state of our landfills and the changes that we've already reported to council for the lifespan and things like that. And then we'll turn it up to the public to see if there's any other suggestions on how we can improve our services there. And then we can put something together to go forward. That will be the second half of the town hall meeting. So we just took the information that was provided in the working document and we worked it into this document. So if there's anything that wasn't captured the way that council had intended, or if there was anything that was missed, please let us know so we can make those adjustments. We did make the wording adjustments in the mission and vision statements, taking out a few words just to make it more inclusive. The value statements stayed the same, I believe that was what was said. And we've changed a few of the pictures just to freshen up the document. So eventually it will be a public facing document. So that's why we started on those changes now.
So that will be just,
September 5th is our goal date to have it adopted by council. By September 5th, we will have all of the public input and be able to research all that information and include those items in the strategic plan that may need to be included, and start working towards a work plan where other items might go.
now, when you look at economic development, and a lot of people still internet and cell coverage, I know Councilor again pointed out, like, with the new, what's the new,
Fiber optic.
well, we have fiber optic coming. We
I
can't-
pointed out, everybody knows fiber optic, like all the businesses have known since the winter because they've been in to update everything. But everybody knows we're getting it
It's
because
coming.
they've been to their homes
Yeah.
to get permission. So
Right,
I
so,
was probably one of the last in the township to know about it. So
Well, I live
Mark
on
and
an I
my
live on
daughter-in-law
an island.
told me and said, oh, no, they've been hanging cable since last fall. Why didn't you know that?
Mel
Well,
did have a meeting with staff, but we weren't able to speak publicly.
yeah, but everybody's been approached, so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so it's coming, we just don't have a definite date yet,
yeah,
Within 2 years is what we
Yeah.
were told.
but I mean, on the pole to the homes.
yeah,
And I know that's, in Commanda, I still remember, I want it on the pole, coming in my house.
yeah.
So,
Well, it's coming.
Yeah.
Probably in September for them is the work. We have an engineer for the Bell that lives in our township, not far away, that knows everything that's happening,
oh,
so,
and it's coming
yeah,
Mel's
sooner
been
than later.
very good with communicating with
Yeah.
us what their plans are.
Yeah.
And talking with roads and making sure that everything's fine where they're going, so.
yeah.
It's a good project.
And what's the cell one, the,
That I haven't heard.
I mean, the other one?
Starlink.
Starlink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And anybody that has Starlink is,
oh, it's,
they think it's fantastic.
Yeah.
You have Starlink?
Yeah.
I've
Okay.
had it for a year.
yeah,
Love it.
yes,
It allows me to work from home.
yeah, yeah. And the thing is with fiber, when you're hooked in, like all your machines, all your cash, everything is instant and never a weather problem. Yeah, so,
So,
So cell coverage is still lagging behind, so that is something that we can continue to look at.
yeah, with the cell coverage, I mean, it's funny, I had better cell coverage 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Like, I can't drive, and I do have a free device now, but I can't go from Wade's Landing, I lose it until I get back up on the road farther up past Stevie's. But before Steve's, I lose it in there every time,
yeah,
just one little hill,
The hunters behind my house used to get great reception and now can barely call the house, so
Right.
maybe they turned the power down or whatever they did.
I don't think it's just us for the most part, right? Like, when we started coming up here, and I'm gonna go back 20 years, I couldn't like come up. We were looking for boosters, we were looking for whatever we could just to get some kind of signal so I could come up. But I'll be honest with you and say, I'm on the road full time and I can go 2 and 3 hours with no cell signal,
Yeah. We're not.
like for nothing.
Oh,
And we
yeah.
just pray your gas is full and nothing happens.
Yeah,
So we're in,
the contrary to that next week, so
yeah.
be prepared. Okay, sorry,
Nope, this is what this section of the agenda is all about, just for council's input on what we've provided, and if there's anything that you would like us to amend.
and there is a line in the budget for internet, right? Or,
We have an amount in reserves that we had placed, we have $60,000 in reserves, so that when we are approached by an internet provider, we can assist with providing either land or tower space, which we've done in the past.
okay. Anything in natural heritage features? When we get to home occupations and home industries, 83.2.
It's a hot topic, but again, this is a high level document providing strategic guidance to the township for where we're going in the future. So short term, it would be in the work plan, which we've included working with our neighbors on an area-wide bylaw for short-term rentals to assist, but there's a lot of research we have to do with that still.
And somebody was good enough the other day to send me information on Siegmund Township, and they've allowed everything.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so, not, and I said, well, that's a township. I want to know what the court said.
There is case law that also has to be referred to, so that's why it takes a while for us to make sure we dig through everything, to make sure we're representing the rights of all sides of this subject. Taking notes, 'cause I'm seeing things. Sometimes when you look at the document as many times as we've looked at it, you miss things that are in plain sight.
so I'm wondering in E in municipal services,
Mhm.
the word encompassing, it doesn't make sense in that. It
Where are
doesn't-
you?
Yeah, it doesn't, because if you look at it, I think the whole word just has to come out. Because encompassing means to surround or have, or hold within something, right? And it just doesn't flow. If I try and put the definition in there, it doesn't flow.
We can remove that.
You're going to have information on waste diversion, everything like that, instead of the second half of that presentation. When you get to municipal services and communications, B3 property standards. We'll come back, I'm sure. Again, you say with the common sense approach and rural flavor. We've been over this for years, and we have always hoped that the provincial government was gonna come in with a standards for the province, but I think they're afraid to do it as well.
They're not gonna.
It's gonna be a big fight, so. Keep going through if you see anything. When I go way ahead to historical and natural heritage features, when we talk about the museum, everything like that, that's not geographical heritage features, right? That's farther on, okay. With communication, is there any other way that we can communicate? I mean, we have a website.
We did.
The newsletter, and again, it's so unfortunate because so many people take, and Kristen, you do a fantastic job, and if you actually read it, and then they get their tax bill and throw everything else,
We've taken to posting it on the bulletin board.
Oh, good.
So I'm wondering if that might not be an option, like when we've been talking at rec committee to put up the plexiglass and the information boards.
Signboards,
So
yeah.
I'm in the signboards and I'm thinking that might be an option. And if we can get our local bulletin boards to post them. And then,
That was actually a recommendation from an employee at the landfill, because people go there and because it's a central location, everybody's asking for news.
Yep.
So,
so we post it on the bulletin board and because it's so bright and it catches your eye, it's catching people's attention. We kind of point them that way.
Yeah, we've looked at in the past, joining different groups, but the price it's really expensive,
it's outside of our realm, really.
like 1,000, like even the Omagwin Association, it's
I
thousands.
forget the name of it, but it was.
And so the next nearest is South River, I think, is still in it.
Okay.
And they're in the economic development with Mr. Gray as well. I think we communicate, or we attempt to anyway.
People have to want to find the information and people have to be willing to go looking or step outside their comfort zone, right? We can only lead them to water.
Yes.
Recreation, tourism.
We did remove the trail system as being one of the objectives, because that is now existing. When we did the last one, it wasn't quite finished. So now I think, just from what council gave us input, we want sustainable recreation facilities that we can improve upon. So that's why we added those in.
Trans-Canada Trails doing their own advertising, water access. That sword has two sides to it. We have some lakes that don't want any more access to them, and others that want more. So it's really hard call, And the new people to the area want more access. The people that are there don't want any access. So it's just a tough call. I don't know if we have the answer. We'll see how it goes,
Mhm.
you know? But, and also with volunteerism, should come out to soccer on Thursday nights, and see volunteerism, pretty entertaining. I taught high school for 32 years and I have a great appreciation of elementary school teachers now, because evidently I'm having trouble expressing myself. But we're gonna work on it again Thursday night again. But, you know, we've had good kids for that, you know, good turnout, everything like that. But I think, and I know Amanda said it, Powassan said it, everybody's having trouble with volunteers, you know? People are just so damn busy, you know? And I don't know what you do to get more volunteers.
Sometimes I think it's celebrating them, right? I mean, we do something every 4 years for them. We might have to look at it and do something, you know what I mean, after every season that celebrates.
Yeah,
Everybody
like,
wants that pat on the back to say thank you and whether it's a barbecue or something. And they work hard, like those volunteers out there. Chasing those 4-year-olds around the field, man,
It is quite entertaining.
is
Yeah.
very entertaining. And sometimes you go, oh, one week I ended up coaching, and I'm like, I can't coach soccer, and they're like, well, you can now.
evidently I can't either. You know, for 32 years, you know? That's when I was getting paid to do it. you
Yeah.
know? But,
Yeah.
but we're gonna give her another shot this Thursday night, you know? God, I'm ready. And,
You got a great helper,
pardon?
you have a great helper.
Yeah. Yes, but I have to go pick him up and take him home, so. And, yes, but he's always ready and willing to help, that's for sure. So again, you know, and again, component 3, where do we go from here? People are gonna help us, they're gonna show us what we need to do and that kind of stuff. I think the only thing, we'll run into things that are just so specific, you know? And again, it's where we have to look at, you know, bigger, how is that gonna help
That's right.
everybody versus, you know, because, and I know, because there are people sending me pro Verbo and pro Airbnb, sending it to me. And I said, well, there's a meeting, come to the meeting. But I said, you know that they're, and they go, oh, I know who they are on the lake. And I said, well, bring it up, you know, you guys hash it out. And because I know there are some owners, just like tourist camps, there's some fantastic tourist camps. And then there are some not so fantastic tourist camps, and it's just how you run it, you know? And all we can do is give guidance and go from there.
And our moderator will also try and limit, there's going to be a lot of people wanting to speak on similar topics, but we want to hear fresh, new ideas. So we're going to discourage people saying the same messaging over and over, maybe in a different tone of voice, shall we say. So we'll be making notes. Kristen will be there as well. We'll be making notes. It will be recorded. It will be live streamed here in the community center. In Commanda, we don't have the bandwidth to allow us to do that. So we will be recording it and posting it to the YouTube channel as soon as we can. So we will be stating that at the beginning of each meeting. We'll be putting that out in our notice again as well. Some people aren't comfortable with being recorded. These meetings are live. They're open to the public for that purpose, and they're open in engaging the public. So they'll have to judge themselves accordingly.
Okay, so is there anything else we want to look at with this?
and you can send ideas to us after the meeting today, whenever you have anything.
And I assume, we're all going, I assume, but I'm just gonna stop at Foots at 5 o'clock. Want to meet there rather than, I mean, unless you're bringing spouses and family, you know, and if you're doing that, definitely take your own vehicle, but I've invited my spouse and she's chosen not to come. But always fun time had by all, so I'm just gonna stop near your place at 5 next Wednesday night and see if anybody wants a ride, so we'll go
Count
from
me in.
there,
They can get their own way there if they want to go.
for sure.
We will be providing a copy of the speaking notes, a synopsis of the PowerPoint presentation that we will have up on the board. Council will make their own notes and to refer to during the town hall meeting.
Okay, so if not, we'll do our confirming bylaw. And we'll move on, and then we'll have, like I say, our special meeting next week. And so I need a mover and a seconder, Councillor Yan and Councillor Butler. So it's number R 2023-145, moved by Councillor Yan, seconded by Councillor Butler, that we passed bylaw number 2023-34, being a bylaw to confirm the proceedings of council at its meeting held on June 20th, 2023. Read the first, second, and third time and passed this 20th day of June, 2023. All in favor? Carried. And adjournment, mover and the seconder, Councillor Foot, Councillor Cutt. It's number R 2023-146, moved by Councillor Foot, seconded by Councillor Butler, that the meeting be adjourned at 7:12 p.m. Next regular meeting held July 11th, 2023. All in favor? Carried. But of course, we have 2 3-hour sessions before that. So
2 hour sessions.
2 hours, 6 to
6
8.
to 8.
Oh, only 2 hours. Maybe I was thinking of Canada Day.
Thanks.
Yeah. There we go. Okay, well, thank you all for coming tonight. I know we all have Steve in our thoughts and prayers, and we will go on and see you all next week. Thank you, ever. And anybody that could spend a couple of minutes, this is rented. It was rented today. Came early and set up to get it this way. We just have to move a few tables because it's rented again.